quickly moving on to those pictures that we are getting from Berlin, and a rousing reception there for Prime Minister Narendra Modi as he's meeting people from the Indian diaspora there, from the Indian community there. As it is well known, whenever the Prime Minister is on his foreign trips, you have a large number of Indian citizens, the delegation who come on to meet the Prime Minister in person. So this is a 3-day Europe visit, the Prime Minister visiting Germany, France and Denmark. Right, so the Prime Minister also tweeting where he had said, landed in Berlin. Today I will be holding talks with the Chancellor, interacting with the business leaders and addressing a community program. I am confident this visit will boost the friendship between India and Germany, unquote. Enjoy the pictures coming in of the Prime Minister receiving a warm welcome from the Indian community there in Berlin.
Yes, it's been a long time since the Prime Minister has traveled, mostly because of COVID, and as a result, he has traveled far fewer times than he did in the past before COVID. So he hasn't had many opportunities to meet all the members of the Indian community in many countries. This is the first time he's going to Germany in perhaps 4 years or so. So it's a big moment.
Sudhakar,
decision to meet as many people as he has, because he likes meeting people, they like meeting him. And it's important that he reaches out to people who are far away and who are waiting to see.
Absolutely, because talk us about today's itinerary of the Prime Minister. There is, he's interacting with the children also there of the Indian community. But he is being accorded the Guard of Honor, then holding bilaterals with the German counterpart, and both leaders thereafter, Srinjoy is expected to issue press statements.
Yes, the important part is the bilateral. He hasn't met Scholz as chancellor. He has to build up a friendship like he had with Angela Merkel, who was chancellor for many years. But this is a big moment because this is important for Indo-German relationships, because Merkel's friendship with Modi actually pushed India and Germany together even more.
All right. So, Srinjoy, what exactly is the first leg of the Prime Minister be? Because he will be co-chairing the 6th India-Germany intergovernmental consultations.
Yes, the intergovernment consultations are right in the beginning, and they will relate to economic issues, they will relate to political issues, primarily Ukraine and so on. They will relate to green issues that will to fight global warming. These are the 3 major issues on the agenda.
All right, so the Prime Minister there, a warm reception for him as he has just landed in Berlin a short while back. The first trip that we're looking to Europe, where Prime Minister there in the first leg of his 3-country visit, and many of those engagements that are to take place, we are looking at Germany as an important point. Srinjoy, if you can help us understand, because what is being said that various bilateral and global issues will be taken up. All right, so the Prime Minister there interacting with the Indian community, the people there in Berlin, and what is being said that the Prime Minister's visit to Germany, Denmark and France, he will be holding important bilateral and multilateral engagements, and the first leg of the visit is in Germany, where he will be meeting the Chancellor and will be co-chairing the 6th India-Germany intergovernmental consultation. So the relationship between India and Germany, how important is that the Prime Minister today, Srinjoy, will be cementing the relations further?
Most important point is that Germany is the biggest country in Europe with 80 million people. And India and Germany have very strong economic ties, very strong friendships. It has to be said, and I've said this before, that because Prime Minister Modi and Chancellor Merkel were as close as they were good friends. And their friendship actually helped to push the relationship forward to a large extent. Now, whether it was on political issues, economic issues, issues that relate to global warming and so on. Now the challenge this time is that Prime Minister Modi has never met Chancellor Scholz as Chancellor. This is the first time they are meeting. So there has to be an effort to build up a relationship between the two of them. and that could perhaps help the relationship forward. The second point is there is a dark cloud, and that dark cloud is called Ukraine. Because Ukraine is there, naturally there are differences between the two countries. Despite the friendship, despite the close relationship, there is a problem there because there is a difference in opinion about where India stands in Ukraine and on Ukraine, where Germany and the rest of Europe stand. And Germany's position is there despite all the coal it buys from Russia, all the LNG it buys from Russia, all the petroleum it buys from Russia, which it said it will stop till by 2024. But the important point is, all this apart, there is hope that the two major issues, one, closer political cooperation, closer economic cooperation, and also closer cooperation to fight global warming, will actually take this relationship forward.
Absolutely, Shinjo. I'm just quickly going to explain the pictures again. The Prime Minister there being received by the Indian diaspora. Of course, he's meeting the people of the Indian community there based in Berlin. And the Prime Minister's popularity, Shinjo, is very well known, especially on his foreign trips, the kind of warm reception that he receives from everyone alike, be it even the children there. He's clicking pictures with many of those people there. So this is the rousing reception that the Prime Minister usually receives on his foreign trips.
Yes, absolutely right. And it has to be said that he hasn't been to Berlin in a while. The last time was also, one of those last times was also a short visit. He was in Sweden, then he went to England, and on the way back, suddenly for a day, he decided to stay on in Berlin to meet Angela Merkel and work things out on bilateral issues. So it has been a long time since the Prime Minister has traveled as extensively as he once did, primarily because of COVID. Yes, he went to the United States recently. He will be going again. But a lot of these visits, these bilaterals, have been virtually done. So this is one of those old-fashioned visits where he goes to Berlin. He's there for a day and a half. He goes to Copenhagen. He's there for 2 days, where he not only has a bilateral with the Danish Prime Minister, but also Prime Ministers of Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland. Then he goes to France to wish and congratulate his friend Emmanuel Macron, who has just won an election.
Right.
Let's not forget that Macron and Modi.
Just stay on with us. We're just going to play out a few reactions there coming across from the German minister there. How are they looking at the Prime Minister's visit to Germany and what exactly is expected? Let's listen in.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Germany on the 1st of May. His best friend, Angela Merkel, is not there. It's a new beginning for India and Germany. How do you see things working out?
The sign that we are making our government consultations with India so early shows that India is a strategic partner for Germany. We want to put this strategic partnership to the next level. That means we want to discuss all fields of policy, for sure economy, but also education, technology, and also security. I believe Germany and India, we have a common interest in holding up the international rules-based order, especially the territorial integrity and sovereignty of countries. And therefore, Ukraine can be a good or a bad example. It must be proved that the war of aggression must not be won in the 21st century. Mr. Putin must not win. That's the important point, because otherwise it could have implications also for the Indo-Pacific region.
So before